So, hello everybody. I hope you're having a great day. My name is Demetra K, and this is the Demetra K Show, where we promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people, with the emphasis on even, because we are great people, but we can always strive to do better. Like I said, big giant thank you and welcome to Donovan, the recovering Democrat, also known as the Black Yul Brynner. Also, like to say a big giant hello, thank you, and welcome to YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation. Not only are you viewers, but you are family, and sometimes we do share the link so that you could come up here and ask a question, speak your opinion, or whatever it is. All I ask is that if I've never seen you on here before, please show me your face if your profile looks like this. Okay, if it looks like that and you do not want to show me this, then you could go back to that, as long as you show me that you are a real person that's, I guess. And then if you're comfortable or not comfortable, rather, you can blank your face back out. I just need to see you on here. Also ask that in the comment section. And if we do share the link, that you come up here with respect. Of course, you guys know there's certain words that we can and cannot use because the algorithms, they busy, right? Also, what else is there? Oh, what are we talking about? Today, we're talking about California Hispanic politician says her people and Asians shouldn't have to pay reparations. I'm going to show y'all a video and a tweet. It was actually shared to me by that of Brother Phil. So I want to thank him for that. California is my home state. I was like, why am I blanked out, Anyway, who is on here? We got Sister B. How you doing? King Shaw. Facts Not Feelings. I hope you're doing well. Troy, how you doing? And Ironworks. Hope you're well. And News from the Edgemont and Thunder, I hope you are doing well. So before we get into it, Donovan, what say you?
All right. Welcome, you guys. I still call this show, well, where in the hell is Walter Wednesdays? You got to keep that on the thing, and we know where he's kind of chilling and everything like that. So Walter's doing his thing, and he'll pop in from time to time, from show to show. So let's give him some space there if you guys are ever wondering about that. But welcome back to the show, you guys. You guys see that scrolling banner at the very bottom? That is a way where you could motivate the content creator. And if you so desire to donate to keep the channel going and keep it going, you can do it by Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, check, credit card. We take it all. So just, you guys can do that. So, any donation that you guys give is greatly appreciated. Don't forget also to download the African Diaspora News Channel app. You can get it on Google Play and Apple Store. There you could see great videos from this person next to me, Demetra K, Brother Phil Scott, Vicki Dillard, and all of the new correspondents that he have, contributing people that he has on the show. Also, don't forget that Philip Scott this year, they are going to Ethiopia. If you are interested in going, go to the website and I think it's .org. Go to the website. You can sign up and get some information on that if you're interested in going to Ethiopia, where you could possibly, you will be meeting Phil Scott is going to be there as well, and possibly Demetra K. So that's another thing that we can do. Demetra, this situation, as somebody from California, it is so hypocritical. It is so hypocritical that, once again, this proves there is no Black and brown coalition. They do not want to deal with us. They don't mind our money. They don't mind us supporting them. But when the thing is reversed and we need their support, they're silent. So let's listen to our co-hosts here, because I'm very sure, we got some random opinions, and I can't wait to get into it.
So yes, anyway, and welcome to everybody. So I was given or sent this tweet by this assemblywoman named Kate Sanchez. They like to get more European names when they, assimilate Kate, right? So anyway, her name is Kate Sanchez, and she is the assemblywoman of the 71st district, which encompasses that of San Diego and Riverside, and maybe some Orange County, but probably not Orange County, I would imagine. But nevertheless, it's in Riverside. That's where I'm from, River, Turkey. And she also represents that of Moreno Valley, where Donovan is at. Okay. And so she's about 36 years old. But of course, you guys know that California has been going over reparations, right? They decided, they had formed this committee that met in San Francisco, and they were talking about reparations for American descendants of slavery, of people who were in California, right? Although people say, well, California wasn't a slave state. Yeah, but they were complicit because they condoned it, right? So, and plus, it's not just for slavery, but it's anti-blackness and institutional systemic racism, just a whole host of things that Black people all over the United States still endure. Okay, so again, she is Hispanic, and this is the tweet that she put up. Okay, oops, let me remove this. So she says, breaking news. A key committee just approved a hashtag California legislation bill to help distribute reparations that could total $800 billion. I was the only member to raise concerns. Why should California taxpayers foot the bill when none of us had anything to do with this? Ridiculous. I should also say that she is a Republican, okay? I don't know how much that matters, but of course, California, this is what they were saying in regards to the bill. So they've had like two of them that did not pass, but this particular one did. And so it says Senate Bill 1331 passed in a vote of 30-7. It would establish the fund for, let me get rid of her. It would establish the fund for reparations and reparative justice in the state treasury in order to fund policies approved by the legislator and governor that address harms faced by Black Californians caused by the state. A specific funding mechanism has been removed from the bill as the state continues to navigate a significant budget deficit. So I guess they're still trying to figure out what is going to happen, but it sounds like they are still entertaining cash payments. And so an assembly member by the name of Corey Jackson says out of more than 200 recommendations in the reparations report, two stood out to him. So he says, number one is that we need to have free higher education for our people. Number two is that we need to have the opportunity, along with the assistance, to be able to own our own homes so that we can begin to create generational wealth. Now, I'm going to show y'all this video. I think we've gone long enough and everybody's here for the most part. So that way people don't say, what are we talking about? So y'all ready to hear what she has to say? Here we go.
Consultants from the task force reported the total amount could be as much as $800 billion. $800 billion. That's 2.5 times the size of our entire state budget. To pay for that, you'd need a major tax hike unlike anything this state has ever seen before. I recognize and acknowledge the painful part of our history. The pains of our past should not be paid by the people of today. The majority of our state is Latino and Asian, making up 55% of our population. Most of them, like me, are first, second, or third generation immigrants who had nothing to do with slavery, discrimination, Jim Crow laws, nothing. It is fundamentally unfair to force these people to pay for this, and because of that, I will be opposing today.
Right, so you heard her funny looking self. I'm being nice. Y'all heard what she said. Why should we have to pay for it? She cited a coalition. If you guys didn't pick that up, the coalition of Asians and Hispanics there in California. Why should we have to pay for it? We make up the majority, 55% together, right? We know that Black Californians are about less than 6%. Well, they say about 6%, but it's probably a little bit less than that. So she's basically saying they don't matter because we make up the majority here and the majority should rule. She also cited that they had nothing to do with slavery, so why should they have to pay for it? And, all that other stuff. And the thing is, I'm a Californian. I was born in California. And there used to be way more Black Californians or Black people in California. But of course, it is very expensive to live there. And she also, so a lot of Black people moved out. She also cited this tax burden, but it's like, it sure ain't worried about no tax burden, home girl. When it comes down to giving migrants $6 billion a year in healthcare. What about the tax burden there? But you worried about the tax burden, and this is a year that they talking about, okay? But and all of a sudden you worried about Black people who have never been paid for the horrors that were exacted upon our ancestors, and even to this day, all the racism that's going on. Let me tell y'all something about California. California, we saw, especially in Los Angeles, where those Hispanics sat on the Los Angeles, board of supervisors, whatever it was, talking greasy about black people and talking greasy about their own people that wasn't like them, right? And of course, they got up out of there. What's her name? Yuri Sanchez, I think that's her name. She would have to sell her house because she's broke now because they got her behind up off of that seat. So black people still do matter in the state of California, but they have, as I said, formed this coalition against black people. So I'm going to tell y'all as black people, take the word black and brown coalition, black and yellow coalition, or whatever coalition. If it ain't black, take it out your mouth, because you're watching that woman right there and she's mad as hell that her people might have to pay for something they didn't have nothing to do with, but we know that, especially Japanese Americans, they were vindicated and paid for what happened to them. But when it comes to black people, see, this is the other thing too. This is why we got to stop running to the burning buildings of everybody else's house, because the Asians, Hispanics, and everybody else have gotten the blueprint and boots on the ground from us. Even that sorry ass Congressional Black Caucus in their mission statement says they're helping black people and other marginalized people. The Hispanic Northern Asian Caucus says that. They say their people. But our sorry Congress members, they want to go help everybody else. And in fact, they've helped everybody else to the point to where her and everybody else who feels that way have gotten to a point to where they feel like they can spit on black people. And who else talks like that? Kamala. I'm not gonna do something just for black. They all got the same blueprint. Don't you ever forget. Okay. And as I was saying, in California, they're on everything. They are probably majority police departments. So a lot of times when you see those videos coming up out of California of black people being terrorized by the police, it's at the hands of her people mostly now. So they are now taking on the moniker and everything else, the actions and the words and everything else of white supremacy. And in fact, in a lot of cases, they do it better than the white people that are at the helm of white supremacy. So we're going to have a really heated conversation here, not too heated, because as y'all can see, I came out the gate swinging, because that really makes me mad, But there she is, feel like that she can, own black people. Who does she think she is? If it wasn't for black people, her nor her people would be benefiting from any of the stuff that they're benefiting from.
I could not have said it any better. You took a lot of my talking points, and I'm glad you do it because you speak a little bit better than I do when it comes to emphasizing these issues that we are confronted. But you brought up my good friend Corey Jackson, who does represent me here in the Inland Empire.
That's why I brought him up specifically. Yeah. I was like, that's Donovan.
Yeah. And, for those of you guys that don't know who Corey Jackson is, really nice guy, whatever. He's really big into the LGBTQ, all that other good stuff like that, right? And isn't it funny? Even my congressman is Mr. Asian LGBTQ first one. There's a theme in my community for some reason. But here's what I want to say.
To catch you off. Remember, he threatened me.
Yes. Yes. If you guys have not figured it out, Demetra and I, we are very politically connected here in California. We are very politically connected. We did a lot of shenanigans together back in the day. So, hopefully we'll continue that. But Corey Jackson, really great guy. Like I said, he had a lot of great programs. I kind of questioned some of his programs, but he did bring up stuff like free home education. Absolutely not. When these politicians, especially the politicians that look like you or any other group, keeps telling you about these programs that are going to make, we're going to give black people free exemption from tax. We're going to give black people free education. We're going to give you free. All these programs. Show me a government program that has been successful for black people and just people in general. Even government housing turned into the Carter from New Jack City. And you guys know I'm not lying. All across the nation. Here's why free education will not work. Demetra has an education. I have an education. Most black women in our community are educated. So how does that benefit us as a people? You can't build a community based off a bunch of degrees piled high as can be. What can you do with it? What can you do with a bunch of degrees? But I tell you what you can do with stuff: money. Money makes the world go round, and it gives you several options. We could buy politicians. We could buy our own schools. We could buy our own cars, our own strip clubs. Well, that's what I'm going to be doing. But things like that. Don't let these people fool you into lowballing you and saying, well, you get a great education. How many of you guys have got a great education, even a master's degree and above, and you're getting paid $11 an hour? How many of you guys have got that great education and you can't find a job? Don't fall for this BS, but this is the same civil rights BS bullcrap that we were taught by our parents. Oh yeah, honey, go to college and you're going to get a great degree. But the same damn job that the civil rights era people have, they don't even have a college degree. They came right out of high school. So how's that working? Everybody's got a degree now. So we're not going to fall for that. So I want to put that up there. If you have money, I don't need the government to give me a home. I could buy my own home. So we don't need that. The only thing that is going to solve our problem is the money. And you can't let these other groups come in here and tell us what they're not going to do when they've benefited off of slavery. So yes, you are going to pay reparations just like I have to pay in my taxes for your hombres and your senoritas who come over here illegally and need medical care, need housing, need this and need that. My tax dollars are paying for that. So by her own logic, why should we pay? So I want you guys to think about that. Don't let these people talk you into the BS. The only thing that is going to save us as Black people is reparations. And the bottom, and they've already done the math. The experts have done the math. The minimum starting point that is owed to Black people is $17 trillion. $17 trillion. I'm not going to settle for anything less. You shouldn't either.
Absolutely. And hello to everybody that came on here. Corey, how you doing? Says, hello, Black people. We have no friends. Yep. Absolutely. And I mean, one day we're going to realize that and stop the foolishness, get on the same page, unify, practice group economics, because that's what they do. And now they're like, we're a superpower now. She called it what it was. As Asians and Hispanics, we're together now, and we don't like it. We don't want it. And I look, her district is predominantly white, then it's Hispanic, Black, and then Asian. So, you know, of course, she's a white Latina or whatever you want to call it. So she presents that way from what it looks like to me. So of course she's going to do the bidding of her district. But yeah, to sit up there and talk about we didn't do it. We weren't responsible for slavery. Like, shut up. We the people, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Where's one? How are you? He says Black people always stand alone.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Didn't Joe Biden say that he'll be damned if he's going to be responsible for what his ancestors did? So do you see the talking point there? It's coming from the white man, and it goes down to these apprentice white people who want to be white people. They say the same exact things.
Yeah, you know, and it's insane. So let me get to these comments. The car dealer, the car dealer. I like that. How you doing? It says, who are Kamala's people, Asian or Jamaican? I'm not clear. I don't think she know. And Vic,
Asian. She is Asian, and I want to clarify that for you guys. And let's be real. When women have children, who do they spend most of the time with? What side of the family do they spend the time? Especially if they're divorced or single mothers, whatever. With the mother side. So guess what? She's Asian.
And Dan says, so much to say first. And how you doing, by the way? He says that so much to say first. There is no such thing as Hispanic in both the over 107 million living in Latin America or the 60 million migrant or Latin American origin in the United States. Okay. The average logical thinker. Thank you so much. I love and appreciate you for that. He says, I want to go to the reparations rally DC this weekend, but my homeboy out there said he fears something may pop off so close to election. Thoughts? I hope not, but yeah, it's just it's the wild, wild west everywhere, right? So, anything is possible. Hopefully, it does not, but I would be concerned. So I could see that. Kyle, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Dwayne says you got to have your own and a job. And Seduction Doll, how you doing? Says everything is happening right in our face. Yep, and we're pretending that is not right. Samuel C says these mofos are getting way out of pocket with black people. Yeah, but we sitting up arguing about silly stuff, rap beefs, and stuff that has nothing to do with us, moving the ball.
Caitlin Clark.
It blows me away. Soul's a Lion, how you doing? Let's see here. Black America, I saw you say she was cute. I should not read your comments for the rest of the day. But anyway, it says they are the most enrolled, not the most educated. They have the highest dropout rate and get the most useless degrees. Okay, so y'all talking about black women again. We was talking about Hispanic women, and somehow we talking about black women. See, that's the stuff I'll be talking about. Let's stay focused here. Stephen, how you doing? Says hi, Demetri and Donovan. Your average logical thinker. Yes, indeed. Again, tell the missus we said hello, hello, hello. Dan always says reparations for my people immediately. Yep. Mr. Newman, how you doing? Says Dr. Claude Anderson warned us about Mexicans and Asians over 30 years ago. We have no friends. Yeah, but somehow we just, I don't know. We're slow to get the memo for whatever reason. Still says round those Hispanics up and ship them back. Ooh. That's what Trump said he was going to be trying to do if they ain't supposed to be here. Put it that way. Maine Sky, how you doing? Says 17 trillion is a start. Yes, indeed. Avenge the ancestors. Thank you so much for the donation. Love and appreciate you for that. And welcome. Let's see. Let me skip down a little bit. I want to make sure I acknowledge everybody else. And I'm gonna open up the link. I think, brother Damon, how are you? I hope you are doing well. Brina, what's going on with you in Missouri? Hope you're doing well. It's 17 in one lump. 17 trillion rather in one lump. Did I get? Oh, I thought I got to the bottom. I was like, woo. All right, let's see. Who else came on here that I have not seen? In the Mix Radio. How you doing? It says FBA business only and sporting goods. What's going on with you? Say exactly. Distractions. Yeah, let's stay focused here, All right. And Stevie says you are correct. We need to mind our own business and stick together. Yep. And King Shaw, how you doing? Says we pay everyone else's reparations with our tax dollars. Exactly. We don't have a say so, but again, we're too distracted fighting over silliness, but they're like, nah, now we're going to have a coalition and we're going to organize against the black community. See, that's why I say, and not just me, of course, I'm getting it from everyone else. We are out of time. We've been spending all this time on silliness. I don't like the black man. I don't like the black woman. As you said, Caitlin Clark, rap beef, and all this other stuff. And they've been organizing. And they're saying, hey, you know what, Asian? Yes, Hispanics. Why don't we form together and just move them out of the way completely? White supremacy don't even have to do it anymore. We're gonna do it for them, and then they're gonna be next, unbeknownst to them. So,
I'm going to disagree with you a little bit when it comes to we don't have a say. So when you got 67 members of the CBC, and there's only 2 to 3 votes that control the House, we do have a voice. But the thing is, we got these sellouts out here, and we know they don't do nothing for us. We have the power. The CBC is the biggest coalition in the House. How can you sit there, or anybody can sit there and tell me when the Democrats are in power that you can't agenda with 67 members, you should be able to say just in your little group, hey, we don't get what we want. You're not going to get what you want. And we're going to shut this bad mamma jamma down. But we don't do that. And you know what? We send the same people that have the mentality of doing absolutely nothing for us back to Congress for a lifetime.
I mean, yeah, we talked about it last week, God help her. And I mean that sincerely, Representative Sheila Jackson Lee. She's 76 or something like that. And she's got a second bout of cancer that she's fighting, pancreatic cancer to be exact. I know they had like a big prayer visual and things like that for, I think, last night. A lot of people got together and got to church, and they just did it really big to try to pray for her. But it's like, I don't know if she's going to run again. It doesn't sound like she's dropping out, because I know she's campaigning, or she was anyway. But like you said, we keep electing them to go to Washington, and they go help everybody else But Black people, they've shown us that time and time again. They've championed everything for everybody else, but us, they want us to have what we call the All Lives Matter legislation, which means, well, as Roland Martin said, he tried to lie and say the Asian hate crime bill was for you too. Well, if it was for you too, why did they just name it the Asian hate crime bill? I know it's COVID-19, but it's dubbed as the Asian hate crime bill, So they give us the All Lives Matter stuff. Well, that it's for you too. Well, give us something with a name on it that says for Black people, But yeah, but we need to stop electing those people to office. You one and done. If you don't do nothing when you go in there the first time. Now I know even for Congress, people was it every 2 years. Okay, we'll give you 2 terms, right? After 4 years, you gone. Go back to your day job, whatever that was, But you don't get to stay in there and make a bag and do nothing for people. Let's see, Kelvin, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Beautiful daughter of Zion. I hope you're doing well as well. He says, I guess she forgets her people were enslaved before we were brought to the Americas. Maybe she should be asking for reparations as well. Well, they getting it every day. Her people come over here and they get stuff that you ain't getting, Ironworks, how you doing? It says, if Blacks want to show what time it is to the power, stop watching and spending money on the sports. That's the easy stuff. You ain't lying, but see, that ain't gonna happen though. Because it's saying the nation, we are distracted by sport and play. That's what we do as Black people. We are so focused on sport and play and not the stuff that really matters and making those people even more wealthier. So Shirley says, what reparation rally are we speaking of? Do we have economists and lawyers in place? If not, what is the rally for? We already know the problem. So what I understand, the FBA community led by that of Tariq Nasheed, I believe they're going to Washington this weekend. And they're going to have a whole host of speakers. What exactly the premise is, I don't know. Maybe somebody else does, but I think this is the second time that they've done it. So you ask good questions. So maybe somebody who's a little bit more familiar with what's going on in the chat can answer that. Melinda, I hope you're doing well. He says, I'm really over these second generation Reagan babies and their BS and their mama and their daddy too, just over them. Same. Martin, how you doing? Says the Democrats sold us out long time ago. All we got is us to deal with. Yep. It's time to do for self. Don, how you doing? Says, well, we should have come to the realization already their purpose for coming to the U.S. was not progress over Anglo-Americans. Rather, it was to overtake Black America. Supporting reparations would be, and I think it may be comment cut off. So I totally agree with that. I think they're just starting from the easiest, if you will. So we are considered to be the easiest, and maybe from where they're looking at it to pick off. But Black people done survived a whole lot of stuff over here in America, right? So if they're thinking we're going to be easy to pick off, think again. But we need to really get it together. Otherwise, we'll be done. Joyce, how you doing? Says they're scared to give Black people money because the majority would leave this country. Yep, that's part of it. And they don't want us to have wealth at all. It's a lot of that is envy and hate. What she did, stood up there, was anti-Black. That's hate. To say my people didn't have anything to do with it, why should we pay? Well, whether your people had anything to do with it or not, it still happened, and Black people were not paid for what our ancestors went through and what we are going through, right? So let's see who else came on here. And Sonny, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. It says, vote them out. Yes, indeed. And Valerie was going on, says, and most CBC doesn't even have Black American lineage. Plus, they're supporting immigrants reform that does nothing for Black Americans. Nope. Even with some of the mayors that you see, the Black mayors of Chicago, New York, where Los Angeles, they're doing for everybody else but Black people. And they're unapologetic about it. Thunder, you say, I will say this, when things get extremely bad, we usually step up, look at what's happening right before the NFAC popped up on the scene. When they showed up, folks got shook. Yeah, and what happened, But I agree. Agua, how you doing? It says, what's the name of this politician? Kate Sanchez. She represents the 71st district in California, which is San Diego and Riverside. So JJ said that's way Black folks need to vote out local CBC, Black mayor, and any other worthless politician this season. Yep. But are we going to do that? That is a question.
And speaking of worthless politician, that black politician dude that is part of the squad out of New York, Jamal Bowman, he is 17 points behind his primary challenger right now. Cori Bush, she is in trouble. People are sick of it. And I'm glad that people are waking up and saying that these people go in there, talk about, oh, I'm a progressive. That's just another word for saying I'm just a different type of Democrat, but I'm the same old, same old. These people are in trouble. People are pissed off. And I'm glad that we are starting. It's slow, but they're starting to wake up.
Maxima, how you doing? Say Jesus. Sheila Jackson Lee is not Black American. She should have never been in that seat in the first place, or any other member that is not from the soil, because they are not for us. Go on to glory. Oh my God. Well, she is Black American. Her part of her lineage is not. I think her dad is Jamaican, but her mom is born here. So she's born here in Brooklyn, I think it is. So she is Black American, but I get where you're going with that. So just for the sake of honesty. All right. And not to skip you guys' comments, but I just want to make sure I catch up so I can get everybody, including Brina. Thank you so much. Love you. Appreciate you for that. So thankful for mature conversations. Much love. And we thank you for being here. Bughorse, how are you doing? Says, I don't know what happened, Miss Queen K. Assemblywoman from California basically says she's Hispanic, that they shouldn't be responsible for paying us reparations. Thunder says, J. Edgar Hoover said the greatest threat to America was Black unity, and I believe that they're seeing this now with us talking about sitting the election out in 2024. Yeah, which is why you see Biden and Kamala spending so much money, their administration, trying to reach out to Black voters to say, hey, stop listening to all the misinformation, right? The misinformation is what they're considering us telling each other, hey, wake up, enough of I'm voting blue no matter who, just because my mama and them did it in 1950. Sanchez, how you doing? So they can pay for illegal and white identity people, but not Blacks. Make that make sense. Can someone say racism? Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. Deb Moore, how you doing? Says they all feel some type of way about us. So we need to be demanding our own country. Watch them cry about that as well. Yep, and we have been asking for that. And Damon says Black Alpha Network and Afro Elite will be headlining ADOS FBA reparations rally. So not familiar with them. Okay. Ironwork. Thank you so much. Love and appreciate you for that. It says keep doing what y'all doing, and don't forget to like as y'all come in, team. Yes. Thank you. Seduction Doll says to galvanize and educate the masses on making reparations a reality for FBA freedmen on the steps of Washington, something like that. Okay, got you. So that's what they're going to be doing there. Okay. Do y'all know if it'll be televised or streamed? Probably not televised, but streamed somewhere. And Sirius Ra, how you doing? He says, letting Hispanics and Asian people over here is their reparations. Why they hating Black reparations? Exactly. It wasn't for us, our ancestors. They wouldn't even be over here like that. But then they got the nerve to try to thumb their nose at us. It's like, what the hell? Negroes, how you doing? It says Asians and Hispanics need to mind their business when it comes to our reparations. It's the government who participated. So it's the government who will pay. Absolutely. They were 100% lockstep with what was going on then and now. Sister B, he says, how dense can Black people continue to be? Tariq has built no movement whatsoever. He's just taking energy from ADOS Advocacy Foundation, who is building local chapters around the U.S. I don't know nothing about that. I'm going to let y'all talk about that.
Yeah, but here's the crazy thing. This lady just said what she said. There's an Asian and Hispanic coalition against us. You want to know a way to hurt them or to get back at them? Stop patronizing their businesses. That's all up in the Black community. Stop patronizing their business. Since they want to form a coalition and they feel they don't have to pay for reparations, we don't have to pay for your business. We don't have to pay for your kids going to private school. We don't have to pay for that $800,000 house. We don't have to pay for your cars, your vacations. We want your businesses to fail in our community. You put their business in their own community. How long do you think that business will be supported? I will tell you guys this. I live in California in the town of Moreno Valley. I go to my city council meetings. I have complained and said it is not fair that the Planning Commission approves all of these Mexican restaurants, these people's dreams and whatever, and the restaurant fails. We have over 40 restaurants in my city, over 40 of them. All we got to do is stop supporting their businesses, and it will take care of itself. Their whole attitude will change. But are we going to do that? That's the question.
Yes, indeed. And King Buckwild, how you doing? He says a lot of Black people don't know that they're Black Americans. That's why the rally is going down, to wake more Black people up about staying on code. The older generation dropped the ball on reparations. Okay, so it's an awakening type of thing. Hey, you do know type of thing, right? Okay, I can dig it. Yeah, I like to watch it if they're going to stream it somewhere. I'm interested in seeing what will happen. Okay, so let's see here. Jack, how you doing? Says her people are paying Israel and Ukraine. Okay. Not meaning to skip everybody, but I just want to catch up because y'all typing. Let's see who else came on here. I think everybody. Okay, more threads. How you doing? You made it a little early today. You say hi, Demetra and Donovan. She got a lot of saying what her and her Asians shouldn't pay for when Black Americans pay for, oops, it skipped up, her legal family members to come over here. Now, she ain't gonna never talk about that. And Maxima says, yes, always felt that way. We should been got them up out of our neighborhood, but we are nice and everybody always spits on us. Yep, but we never learn. So like, when are we gonna learn, you know? Sparkling for Jesus, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Fonzie, he says, I love Mexican food, though. You crazy. If a Black person can make a chicken quesadilla, I'll be all over. Man, come on now. You know, we done ran circles around tacos. We done hijack taco. You tell me the tacos that you have made by somebody Black or somebody Mexican or whatever, which one did you like better? I've always liked the ones that was made by us. I mean, theirs is good. I'm not saying it's not, but I think I like ours better, you know, because we know how to flick the wrist and season. Let's see who else came on here, but that's funny though. Miss Sweet says, true, Donovan. That's why they put nail salons and food trucks in our neighborhoods. We give them our money, but it's not reciprocated. No, we just go in like zombies. Like, okay. And we should stop doing that. Brother Don, what's going on with you? I hope you're doing well. Terry, thank you so much. Love and appreciate you for that. He says FBA Freemen are finding out who our enemies are, starting with the likes of you crazy. Kate Burrito Sanchez, there is no Black and brown coalition. It's just us. Yeah, like I said, they got a coalition, though, the brown and yellow coalition. She said it. We make up 55%. We're the majority and we don't want to pay for it. Okay.
Demetra, yeah, Demetra, could you go back and elaborate on LULAC's president who said this stuff years ago? So this is nothing new under the sun. This man deliberately said this and let it be known. This is their group. And it was the president of LULAC, which is the Latin American, whatever, coalition, whatever they're under.
Yeah, there's just been quite a few of the presidents, you know, the 50s and I think even the 60s. Felix Tijerina was one of them. I think he was the president of LULAC in 1956 or something like that. He says, I'm not interested in aligning with the Negroes. Let him go. They'll fight their own battles, you know, and they've all kind of mirrored some of the same things about Black people. But yet here we are, you know, thinking that there's this coalition. They're not interested in helping us because they're like, we don't need y'all for nothing. Back in the day, yeah, we did, but now we are the majority population and we got everything going on, so we don't need y'all. In fact, we're gonna step over y'all and we're gonna pass you up and do everything that white supremacy is trying to do to you and have been doing to you. We're gonna do it too. So I will say, when Black people stop showing up, like you said, Donovan, economically in every which way, then people start to pay attention, as they're trying to do now with what's going on in Palestine and, you know, the Gaza Strip and all of that. Why aren't Black people saying anything? It's like, you talking about to us? Y'all asking. I put a story up on the African Diaspora News Channel where these white feminists accosted 50 Cent talking about when he gonna use his platform to start speaking up about Palestine. It's like I asked, when have y'all jumped in the faces of anybody else about us? See, we know what white feminism does. They dismantle everything that is not for them, and they use black people, black women, you know, to go along with it, and then they forget about. They don't even talk about black women's issues. So, yeah, black people just stop showing up. So we're like, well, I don't know what you want us to do about it. We got our own issues, you know. They'll feel it. Trust me. They'll feel our absence. Affectionate Earthy say facts. All right, so let's see. Corey says black people stop buying into these people's stores. Yes, just stop. And Thunder says we got quote from a former member of CMB.
Somebody please point out when George Floyd was choked out, a Hispanic representative that got in front of the news cameras and expressed their outrage. Show me one Asian one that showed their outrage. I don't think you could do it.
Well, you got to also remember too, one of they people that was the one that was standing guard trying to block, and you know, they were talking to him like, hey, do something. He's, you know, and we've seen them get their people off when they've harmed black people and talking about the Asian community. So, you know, they're not gonna say nothing. They didn't want their homie to go to jail.
Right. But notice when the illegal immigrants started, when the gates under the Biden administration, Democratic policy was flooded open, who was advocating for them more than the Hispanics themselves? The CBC.
Yep, absolutely. Sammy C said, this is why I always say there will never be a black and brown coalition. Only Goofy says that. Only coalition is black coalition and unity. Yeah. But again, we have been taught to get on board with everybody else's stuff. I don't know, for some reason we think we're going to go to heaven. I don't like, so you endure hell here and help everybody else. And then they don't even get on up and then reach back down. Say, hey, you know what, black people, y'all helped us. Now we gonna help y'all. They don't do that. They get up there and get the acting funky, you know, like that chick. We're not responsible for that.
Yeah, but, and I'm going to cut you off, and I'm going to give you guys an example. My city now, it was a military city. The base closed. They realigned, whatever. And you know, we had white mayors and we had black mayors. Now, the predominant group in this city now is Hispanics, right? My city is 210,000 people, 210,000. We have one gymnasium to play indoor basketball. One. Ask me how many soccer fields we have. Ask me how many Latin-oriented theme things that we have in my city. It's all catered to that group because they are the majority. And we need to get back and unify. Again, the only way we're going to solve this is reparations and black men and black women cutting the bullshit, excuse my language, the bull out and coming together. That's the only way we're going to do it.
Yeah. And yeah, where I live, there was a bunch of soccer fields. It's like, golly. But we know why. Sister B says former LULAC presidents said he hates the term civil rights, but Hispanics hate saying he was a great, I think are saying he was a great civil rights leader. Shaking my head. ADOS has the receipts on LULAC and they are horrible. Yeah, but they have used civil rights to their benefit. That was supposed to be for black people, right? But everybody has used it but black people or benefited from it, right? But as Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, how in the world can you have civil rights and you don't have human rights? And even they come over here trying to treat us inhumane. So we definitely got to pay attention to that. Okay, so let's see here. Eric, how you doing? It says all you need to do is tell them to shut up. This is between Black Americans and this U.S. federal government. If that's the case, return our tax money and go back where you came from. I totally agree. Al, you say, I think reparations are not important to Black Christians. They are so against it. Yeah, I don't know why they would be against it. I mean, to me, it seemed like it'd be more money for them to keep giving to the pastor. I don't know. Maybe they're against it because they'll have to pay 10%. They have to give 10% to their pastor and they don't want to do that. So I don't know. It's interesting. Let's see here. Thank you, Thunder, for reminding people to hit the like button. Love and appreciate you for that. The Diligent Researcher, how you doing, says, remove the Civil Rights Act and watch everyone get deported. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. The main sky says, we forgive everybody else except for ourselves. You ain't lying about that. Danny says, guess as soon as the link comes, I will pop up. My intervention will be respectful, but to the point. Okay. Yeah, we're 45 minutes in. So, Donovan, should we share the link? Because, you know, we ain't trying to be up here all day. All right, let me get to the bottom and then I'll share the link. Oh, I'm to the bottom. Sammy C says, NFAC was a great group. Too bad the leader is serving time. That low key let me down. Well, yeah, it's been written before, right? That's how they get down. They do that to our leaders so that it'll freak the rest of us out. Pamela says AAPI community got $50 million for what? Being racist. Yep. Gina, how you doing? Says, unfortunately, I do not believe at least Black women will not stop going to their stores because they refuse to take the time to find Black-owned stores. Yeah, especially when it comes to the hair and stuff like that. Team Truth, how you doing? Says, a simple thank you would have gone a long way, but instead you complain. All right, and Andrew, how you doing? Say, he's not lying. The gym is across the street. Oops. Where'd it go? The gym is across the street. March Air Force Base, about 30 Mexican restaurants in the 5-mile radius. Every time I go out there, we're going to go to lunch. Like, Donovan, where do you want to go? I don't care as long as it's not Mexican. I don't want to go to Mexican restaurant. That's be the first thing you say. As long as it's not a Mexican restaurant, I don't want to go.
You know, and the sad thing is, I used to love Mexican food, but I mean, there's so many variations of it that can't do it no more. Can't do it. Can't do it.
He refuses to do it. Ali says, your 79-year-old mom didn't even know what reparations was. What do you think that is? And Shireen, how you doing? Says, FBA, we need to get on code reparations and cash payments. Yes, indeed. All right. Big Dog 99. I'm trying to get to these comments so I can put up the link because I won't be able to be in the comment section. He says, y'all aliens use, he says, our tax dollars across the border and break the law. Oh. Sammy says, the wake-up call is overdue. In the words of John Henry Clark, we have no friends. Absolutely. And Debbie says, we didn't lock you down in concentration camps, but yep, Black taxpayers, dollars paid your reparations. Talking about the Japanese. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to share the link now. I cannot be in the comment section as I want to make sure that I'm concentrating on what people are saying. So if you really want me to see your question, just hold it until I'm no longer up here. So all I ask to, for the sake of time, is please keep your commentary to 2 minutes. 2 minutes. If you have a question, ask the question, and then we're going to let you back down in the comment section, and we'll get to it so that other people, if they want to come up. But as I said, if I've never seen you on here before, or at least I don't remember you coming up, you have to show me your face. And then if you don't want to show me your face, you can blank it back out. So I'm going to put the link up right now. Donovan, how much longer we going to be on here?
We have another 40 minutes. I'm sorry, that's 33 minutes, sorry. And I just want to say our mods and stuff, these guys are doing a great job, because another thing I like about this show, Demetria, is the fact that there's a whole conversations going on in the comments, and it just makes me think about certain things that a lot of people are saying, and it's intelligent conversation, and that's what we need more of on these different platforms. Yeah, we have some buffoonery YouTube channels and stuff like that, but when we're talking about serious things, this is one of the few channels that I really do believe, I'm not just saying that, where we're really giving it conscious thought.
So, and I hope I said that right. Are you cool? You being seen? You good? Okay, I'm gonna bring you up right now. How are you?
Pura vida. Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, whatever time is over there. So, hello from Afro-Latin America, one part of Afro-Latin America. You gave 2 minutes. I'm going to be very concise, and I'm going to speak real fast. One, the term Hispanics is bullshit. It has no sense whatsoever. Calling anybody from Latin America Hispanic is a racial and ethnical slur, no matter what other people may say. There's no one of the 60 million people of Latin American descent in the United States that could ever debate against that with somebody like me in Latin America who knows our history. 2, the major quantity of Black Americans or Afro-Latin Americans, whichever term you want to use, in the Western Hemisphere is in Latin America with over 200 million people living here. Those are FBAs and ADOs of their respective areas or respective countries that became independent in the last 200, 250 years. So that being said, reparations and restorations has not been paid in any of the Latin American Western Hemisphere countries in the last 200, 250 years, 248. That being said, the actions within the United States are not being taken alone. For example, just last year, we had a meeting between several countries that we were talking about this particular issue, and it was the acronym in Spanish is RIA Afro, which stands for the Observatorio de Discriminación Racial y la Red Interamericana de Altas Autoridades sobre Políticas para Población Afrodescendiente. Quickly translated to English, it is the Observatory for Racial Discrimination in Latin America and the Inter-American Network of High Authorities about Policies and Population of Afro Descent here. We invited North Americans. Not one of any of the movements that we invited had even the dignity of showing themselves here. So, they insulted us by denying the reality of Afro descendancy in the Western Hemisphere and in the Latin America region.
So before you go, can I ask you a question? So you says that Hispanic is a racial slur.
Yes.
So why is it that, and I'm assuming that from what you're saying, the correct term is Latin. Why do
Latin American? So why do Latin American
people call themselves Hispanic? Because you have the Hispanic Chamber, Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. You have Hispanic Congressional Caucus. So why do they use that term?
3 main reasons. Number 1, your Census Bureau established the term Hispanic as a valid census terminology, and the communities that were already there had been extremely assimilated. So in one word, why some Latin Americans with people who have Latin American descent, but maybe 2nd, 3rd, 4th generation in the United States, who are U.S. citizens born in the United States, call themselves Hispanics is because of ignorance, plain and simple. And I can tell that to somebody who has Latin American heritage because I'm Latin American, I'm Central American. This is my heritage too. I can blow that there on their faces. If you want to simplify and say, well, it's because they speak Spanish. No, the Latin languages or the Romance languages are French, Spanish, Portuguese, and Romanian. So you would have to include the idea of Latinos to Romanians.
Can I ask you a question just real quick? In your opinion, reparations that is owed to the Latin Americans, who should pay that?
Okay, I know it's more than 2 minutes. I'm going to try to be very concise. 1, the aspect of reparations and restorations have to be paid directly by the governance or the states that and the parties involved. Just like the example that happened yesterday with the sentencing of Chiquita Brand, who was sentenced because they paid the Fuerzas Armadas Colombianas, and they were their money was utilized to create violence in Colombia. That case had been 17 years through the Straits of the United States and was just resolved yesterday in court in Florida. Now, what's interesting is just a few months ago, the president of Portugal came out saying that they have to accept and they have to acknowledge their participation and their actions as a country historically in the matters of the Atlantic slave trade, and this has also fueled the ongoing debate in regards to reparations in Brazil and other Portugal controlled areas in the Western Hemisphere. So fundamentally, yes, the aspect of restorations and reparations. Let's say it this way: each of the populations in the Western Hemisphere has to go directly to their governments and have to go directly to their Congresses and work their issues out in that area. The reparations for United States is for U.S. citizens. The reparations for Jamaicans is for Jamaican citizens. The reparations for Costa Ricans are for Costa Rican citizens. But there's no denying that whomever reaches first that goal is going to fuel and it's going to provide a more ample sense of things. And I know you gave us 2 minutes, Metro, and you could have me here hours talking about this.
I can see, so I'm gonna have to let you down, but I'm gonna say, in you guys' pursuit, hopefully that you are successful. But as Black Americans, we want our money, because I don't care where you go on this planet, nobody has endured the horrors that our people have endured. And I know there's been people who have endured horrors, but now, hold on now, brother. Hold on a second.
I'm sorry.
No community other than Black Americans have endured what our ancestors have gone through, and our people are still going through. Everybody else has gotten something one way or the other. That we're still at the to the point here in the United States. There's some places that are like, oh, we're going to issue an apology. That's what California talking about. We're going to issue an apology. We don't want your funky apology. We want money. We want land. We want what our people have gone through. So I know a lot of times people, and it's weird, I have this conversation even with Black people who try to deduce slavery down. Well, we weren't there. And I even had a conversation with somebody talking about slavery was one of the best things that happened for Black people. But it's like, when you really study and read what it was, because see, I'm not one that liked Roots by Alex Haley, even though he was sued for plagiarism. Y'all go look it up. Whole different things, complicit with the FBI. Y'all go look all that up. I don't like Roots. I don't like Roots because Roots did slavery a disservice. You know who I do like? I like Quentin Tarantino. Now, Quentin Tarantino, I think he's Italian. He's one of my favorite filmmakers. When he wrote Django, all the Black filmmakers, Spike Lee and all of them, gave him a hard time, saying, oh, well, that white boy shouldn't be writing that movie. And he said, you're right. I shouldn't be making that movie. It should have been y'all. When y'all do movies about slavery, y'all make it sanitized. Y'all make it cute. He says, but if you read and you really understand what slavery was, it was very brutal. So I say all that to say I'm not discounting anything everybody else has been through, but we as Black Americans, and I'm not saying this about you necessarily, but we're used to having everybody hijack the narrative, and then we stop talking about Black people, right? Because Black people have been there for everybody else. Everybody else. And now in 2024, Black Americans especially are saying, even if you come from the motherland, we ain't got nothing against you, but we have been given orders a long time ago. Hey, it's time for us to do for self. And when we get our stuff together, then we can entertain everybody else's stuff. But we want our money for the hell our people went through and are still going through in this raggedy ass country. So I'm going to let you go. I know we could be here forever.
Can I have one more minute? One quick more minute before I go.
I gotta let other people come up, but I said, I know we can be on here, but continue the conversation in the comment section. But next time, come up and maybe I'll give you a little bit more time.
That'd be great, because I did want to answer what you just said.
I know you did, but we gonna keep it there. So come back and see us.
All right, let me just say, in the Western Hemisphere, we cannot close our eyes that the issues that were happening in slavery were exclusively in the Western Hemisphere, through the South to the North, through the Central and the Caribbean. We were all experiencing the horrors of that slavery.
Yep, but with that, those people over there in the Caribbean, everywhere else, they need to go on, to Britain or whoever was in control of that and get their shmoney from them. But Black Americans, we want our money from this racist government. So anyway, thank you for playing. We'll see you later. Peace. All right. So I'm sorry that I didn't get to be a fall off in the comments.
No, but I mean, he was hitting on some really good points, and like I said, we need to work that aspect to get maybe some time later on. But I see what you're saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get what he's saying, but and like I said, I'm not necessarily saying that about him, but that's what it is. It's almost it's like it's almost like Me Too-ish. Like black people, black Americans say, "Hey, we want our money for A, B, C, and D." I mean, you could research it. It's everywhere. Then you get other people say, "Well, what about us?" It's like, well, we not discounting what you went through. As Farrakhan said on Phil Donahue show in the 80s, he said what black people in America have been through will make a brass monkey shed a tear. But that's not to discount what everybody else has gone through. We're not saying that your people did not experience horror. We're saying our people have. We're going to concern ourselves with our people because that's what everybody else does. They don't say, well, we're going to stop. Or you know what? We're setting up stores in y'all communities. And you know what? We're going to give y'all half of what we make since we drawing all the money out and we are, are becoming wealthy because of your people. They don't do that. But yeah, we supposed to stop and have, so we black people in America, straight up, we not having conversations about everybody else. Until further notice, we are not having conversations about what everybody else got going on. And I'm sorry if you get your feelings about it and say, well, you should. Now, the only thing we should be doing is talking about us. When I go to the grocery store to buy food for my house, I don't go in there and talk about everybody else. Well, I want to talk about you. What do you need? Forget what I came to get. Let me help you get what you got to get. Nah. I hope you get what you got to get, but I'm here about me and mine first. And that's the way we got to be as Black Americans. Stop entertaining everything else outside of us until we get every goddamn dime that's due us. Period. You got 2 minutes, brother. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing good. How about y'all?
And I cannot complain.
All right, so I'm going to keep this short. I'm going to hit up the gym in about 15 minutes. And I'm running short on time here with my tightness in my schedule. Now, I'll speak based on the title. Now, first off, I would say that I wouldn't trust any form of politics. I say that because it's my hypothesis that everything we civilians are allowed to see in regards to politics is just an illusion. Let me briefly explain what I mean by that. I find it baffling and sometimes frustrating that every time someone new is put into a position of power in any branches of government, whether it be judicial, legislative, or executive, they never have the Black community's best interests at heart. And all those who did in the past were assassinated eventually. And this is only a theory because I don't have enough evidence to prove it as facts, but I believe that there are some unseen, unnamed racist feminists who has an elite level of authority over everything, calling the shots behind the scenes on every aspect of this injustice system we live in. And I believe that that person is putting all these politicians in front of us to deceive us into believing that we have a little bit of say-so when we actually don't.
I mean, there might be some, there's always a person behind the curtain. You could believe that. But see, we're in an age of knowing now with all this good old internet and books and all these the elders and stuff around. We can no longer say that we are being deceived, which we are. But it's like, at what point do you open your eyes and say, okay, now because as they say in the nation, study history. We know this stuff they do this stuff to us. But when are we gonna stop falling for it? Like, golly, how many times do we need to elect a politician that's done nothing for Black people? So what? They Black. We're gonna send them to Washington 20, 30, 40 years, and they've got nothing to show for what they've done for Black people. See, that's our fault. That's our fault. And no shade to Sheila Jackson Lee, as I said, I hope all the powers that be heal that woman, because I don't know her personally. I don't have anything against her personally. But why is she in office representing Black people? I know she got other people in the district too, but it's done nothing specifically for Black people. Why do we keep sending her there?
I think she's too old to be working at her age, in my opinion. Oh, sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No. I mean, I get it, because there's a thing called ageism. I don't believe because you get older that you're not useful. It's one thing if you're older and you're doing the job and you really, going in there and helping your people. Okay, yes, stay until you die. But why are you dying in office and you've done nothing for your people? And more importantly, I know why Sheila Jackson Lee's and your James Clyburns and your Maxine Waters, I know why they're in office, because they're getting a bag. That's why they're in office. So that money is too good to give up. So I don't blame them. right? I'm not even mad at politicians who go get money. What I'm mad at is they go get money and they don't do both. They don't go get money and they don't help their people. But what I'm mad at is us as the voters, we keep voting them in. Sheila Jackson, she black. Maxine, she reclaiming her time. So what? What does it got to do with you? What has she done for you? They should feel pressure and feel like, damn, my job is on the line because I have not done nothing for my people. But they know all they got to do is go hand out flyers, show up at churches and crab boils and stuff. And Negroes is going to sign up and line up to vote for them over and over again. They get in there and they help everybody else but their people. So that's our fault.
Yeah, and a lot of these politicians, once they're elected, they think that seat is their seat when it is our seat. We're supposed to be in charge. But you know what, Demetri? I'm ashamed of you. I'm going to tell you why. Because you are coming at a black woman that's in power.
Right,
you should
but
be ashamed of yourself.
I have one more statement because, like I said, my schedule's a little tight right now. Now, some people might say this is lame and some people might laugh at it. But before I go, I got one more statement. I'm starting to think your average logical thinker might be a thief. I say that because just the sight of her beautiful face always takes my breath away.
I'm about to say, oh, Lord. Well, you know what? We're going to let you go on down to the comment section and you can,
Yes, sir. That was good, brother. That was good one there.
I'm about to say, not our average logical thinker.
I'm about to hit up the gym. I'll catch up with y'all later.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, y'all too.
Bye-bye.
Black woman in power. You're attacking a black woman in power. You should be ashamed of yourself.
All right, Tiffany Henyard. I mean, it's the truth. I know a lot of times we're not used to the truth. The truth is horrible. Oh, why would you say that? It's just true. And like I said, I'm not just saying. I wish the lady all the life and love in the world. I don't know her person. I don't dislike anybody personally, unless it's just a horrible person. I don't like their politics. But again, she's in office because, and hello to everybody that came on. I'm sorry. I would love to go back and say hello to everybody individually. But hello. And I don't have anything against her personally. But you can't say, oh, well, I ain't do nothing for you because I can't, but then you go do for everybody else. But see, they can do for everybody else because everybody else got their stuff together. They practice group economics. They're a well-oiled functioning machine, and they will organize against politicians. As I said, y'all think I'm lying. Look at the white politicians. The white people, yes, I said that. They don't let their people stay up in office not doing nothing. They be like, you out of here, buddy. This is your last term. But the people that sitting there know that. They know I got to bring home the bacon. Otherwise, my constituents, mostly people who look like them, right? They ain't going to let me keep staying up in here and get this good cushy job in that white envelope.
Wait, and you know what? You're making a good point with that because how many speakers of the houses resigned early or got put out early? The leadership in the Republican agenda. They were like, you got to go. You got to go. Usually, if you're the Speaker of the House, you're going to be there for a while. They were throwing them out left and right.
As you should. You shouldn't retire on it. Imagine if you was working at Taco Bell. Okay, there's no shade to Taco Bell. It's a job. Damn it, it's a job. Okay, you were working at Taco Bell and you just stood there all day, just resting on the counter. People come in and you're like, welcome to Taco Bell. You don't even say, can I take your order no more? Because, when you got the job and you fill out the application, you was talking about, oh, yes, I'm going to help people. I'm going to suggest a sale. I'm going to get them the hot sauce and all of that. You get the job. You just, hi. How long you think you're going to be up in there? Not taking no orders?
I don't know, Demetri. I've seen a lot of videos where the sisters are like, what? I'm on the phone. Go ahead, though.
But you still get your tacos, though. You know what I'm saying? You still getting your tacos. You ain't going to be there long. So if somebody working at a fast food job, not doing their job, they're going to get fired. Why don't we fire people who go up into Washington and they don't do nothing? They sit there, when they got the doggone job, got voted in, they had $3 to their name and they leave up out of there with all kind of millions in the bank. That's why they there. Make them earn it. I don't care if you're getting some money, just make sure we getting some too. Make sure when we drive down the streets, we ain't got potholes tearing up the front end of your car. Houston.
Yeah,
So,
the mafia always says that about Las Vegas. They said they don't mind people getting their beaks wet as long as they take care of the business.
you know what I'm saying? Make sure we get our cut. I'm going to share this link. Donovan, you the timekeeper. How much time we got?
We got 10 minutes.
10 minutes. So I'm gonna reduce the comments down to 1 minute. So I'm gonna put this back in here. My God, it's hot today, and I got my air on. All right, that's because I get fired up. All right. If I've never seen you on here before, please show me your face. And if you don't want to be seen by everybody else, then you can blank it out. But just know that it's only me that can see you. Whew. Oh, I'm hot. Not only me that can see you, and until you come up to the big screen.
Yeah, but everybody's got to stop with this falling for the banana in the tailpipe syndrome. Oh, well, you elect me and get me in there. I'm going to make sure. It has been proven over and over again. You elect these people, they get in there and they have every excuse in the world why they didn't get nothing done. Obama did it and whatever. And when you're dealing with presidents, they don't have a second term. So and I'm just going to say this in regards to Biden. If some of you guys that still think you're going to vote for Biden, or if you're talking to people that think they're going to vote for Biden, all you got to do is tell them this. If you think reelecting Biden is going to change anything, or he's going to do anything, any of his promises, if he didn't do it in the first term and he doesn't seek reelection in the second term, you'd be a damn fool to vote for him. We want the money up front. So even local politicians, they say, I'm going to give you a chicken in every pot. I want the chicken before you get up in there.
South Carolina bred, a Gullah Geech, Gullah accent. I see a basket, but I don't see you. Can you show me your face? Okay, I got you. You chilling. Okay, I got you. I got you. I hope you decent, brother. All right, I'm gonna mute you. Hold on 1 second. Bring us Sister Valerie. All right. So let's see who came up here first. Davion. Did I say your name right? How you doing? You can unmute yourself. I muted everybody so that we can not get feedback. What's on your mind, brother? I'm gonna give everybody a minute to speak so we can be on time
How
here.
you doing? Well, we talking about the politics. I just feel like, 'cause I'm 46 years old, so we probably close, even though you look way younger than me. The problem is that we can't trust the politics. And the thing is, we got to understand everything we learn is a lie, because they can't do nothing for us because they know it's our land. They got to give everything back to us. So before they give everything back to us, they're not going to bring us. They're never going to do it. We can't vote out of this. We got to get together as people and start our own businesses. They can't pay us. They don't have enough money to pay us. So we gotta really look at how history is. We're learning everything we've been told. We're from Africa, but this is our land. We are the original people. They know that, so they're not gonna pay us. That's why they keep bringing all these people here, because they are trustees over where we at. They're the trustees over over United States. It's a corporation. It's not the U.S. no more. It's a corporation. So we gotta look at it from the real perspective. The politicians are there to keep us slow and stupid. They want us to keep looking outside of ourselves. We got to understand our other brothers and sisters that look like us betrayed us. The people that's in the islands are French. They brought the white man over here on the boat, the Moors. So we gotta really know history. It's a game. They're not gonna put us back on our nationality. We're not even black. That means that we're nothing. We gotta quit calling ourselves that. We can't. Black means that you're bleached out, whited off. It means emptiness. It means nothing. That's not who we are. Everybody's somebody but us. We're black. We can't keep. That's the first thing. So if you go in there saying you're black, that's why they think black and you're black. When I was a kid, we was colored. Before I got in 6th grade, and then I turned to an African American. We are the Indians. We are the original people, like the people in Australia was original. We the same here. So we gotta be real and stop playing fuck these people. It's time for us to say, forget all of them. We don't need shit from you. We're gonna get our shit ourselves, and when we get ourselves together, they got to go. We gotta go over their head, over to the charter, to the UN. That's all. We gotta do what Africa doing.
Absolutely.
But we gotta get together first, though. That's how it's going to. That's the only way it's gonna work.
Gotcha. Well, thank you so much for coming up. I'm gonna drop you down till
No
next
problem.
time. So thank you.
Okay. No problem.
Bye bye. All right, I don't know who's unmuted. Let's see. Who is that? That's Brother Boy. I'm gonna mute you. Okay, who came up? South Carolina Bread. I'm gonna unmute you. What's on your mind? Hello.
Okay, the older generation are comfortable with handouts.
Yes. No disagreement there. And how you doing, by the way?
Okay, I'm a little ill.
Oh, okay. Well, I kind of figured that. So I hope whatever it is that you're going through, that you get much better. So you're in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Are you Gullah Geechee?
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there still a lot of gentrification going on there, where they're trying to take your land and all of that?
Yeah. The GOP decided the Supreme Court decided with gerrymandering in South Carolina.
Yeah, I cover a lot of stories. Let's see. Okay, let me go. There we go. I cover a lot of stories, or some, in regards to South Carolina, what they're trying to do with the Gullah Geechee land and taking it to make resorts and, all that kind of stuff. I try my best to cover it because people need to know that they're doing that. They, being white supremacy, are trying to take over and take what does not belong to them. So that's very sacred land. It is, many people from the Gullah Geechee, if you will, have owned that land since the Civil War. And a lot of that land is on the water. So it's kind of, resort, if you will. So, of course, they want to put condos and housing developments, caring nothing about the Black people who live there and the ancestry and everything that goes along with it. And so, you have anything else to say?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, come back and see us again. And please do get much better. We praying for you.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Okay. Sister Valerie, you were up next. How are you? Oops, let me unmute you. There you go.
I'm mighty fine. But I just came up here because I liked how you got down with the Latinos, because the Black Latinos, we understand that they had a slavery there too. But this reparations that we talking about is for Black USA. Everything we talking about now, and it's got to lead to our lineage, which is our slavery, our Jim Crow, and things that we gone through here. And that's what we want reparations for. And the rest of them, they can go wherever they need to go to get their stuff, because that's the problem. Everybody else always want us to speak for them. We ain't bothered about that no more. This about Black America, and not people with came over here 10 years ago and born and saying I'm a Black American like Joy Reid and them. I ain't got time for that neither. We talking about those whose lineages lead back all the way to slavery. Not nobody newborn. Okay, because Trump trying to get rid of that born in America anyway. On his Project 25, which I ain't mad at. I don't care what he do. Because I ain't scared of Trump and don't like Trump or Biden. I am on the couch until they give me something to vote about. And I ain't thinking about scientific man RFK neither. Because he got some real serious mental issues going on. But anyway, that was my beef.
I love and appreciate you for that. And you be getting down in the comment section too. I see you.
I see y'all too. All right. Much love.
Much love to you as well.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Brother Buckhorse, let me unmute you.
How you doing, Miss K? Okay, I see you. How you doing, Miss K?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm cooling in the game. I just got off work trying to put my dinner together. I'm listening to the whole conversation. I love you, the Black Yul Brynner. That's my man. Yeah, you cool as shit. Yeah, got you, home. Miss K, I just called to just say hello and salute to the whole chat family or whatever. And I want y'all to take it easy because I see what's going on now. I really do. You know, I work downtown, right? And I work downtown. I do I've been moving and hauling for like almost 30 years now, ma'am. And what happens is that I see exactly how them folks, how they be carrying things. And sometimes I actually really take a break with them. And excuse me, I want to show my face on the camera. I apologize, y'all.
No worries.
Hold on. I got it. Yeah, I got it now. I think I got it. It's bullshit ass on. But yeah. And what happens is that I be sitting down and I talk to some of the, the folks or whatever. And I'm gonna tell you, they tell me exactly what they doing. A lot of them work down at the Capitol. They work at the State Department and all that, whatever. Bottom line, I'm born and bred in DC, so I know them. And for the most part, some of them will actually really tell me that they don't like us, they hate us, whatever. And what's happening is that they are actually really changing laws and a lot of different things right there before our eyes or whatever. Now, I don't believe that it's crazy though. It's so funny. I'm about to tell y'all. Donald Trump and that damn Jim Crow Biden, they beefing with each other, whereas though they're not gonna get up in office. Neither one of them. Now, the Black Yul Brenner, it's a lot of things that you said that I understood, man. I understood it. Now, I'm in my own home. Oh, also, too, I got a voucher from Section 8 out for 25 years. Now, I already done had my own shit. Now, the Black Yul Brenner, when you get a chance, tell me what I should do with that Section 8. Where should the hell I go? I had to make you laugh on that one, though. But other than that, though, I love y'all so much. Y'all are so beautiful to the game. Y'all done brought so much inspiration to everything for us, the Black community. Y'all don't know how much y'all help. And check this out. If I didn't get the little bastards out of my house, they're outside right now. My whole family loves y'all. There's about 14 of us. As soon as you Miss K, if they gonna Miss K, then now you getting out of my house. You don't pay no rent up here.
Well, you tell the family, you send them our love as well. And we thank you so much, Brother Buckhorse, for everything that you do.
Yes, ma'am. I thank you so much. And when I get a chance, I will support you, Miss K.
I love and appreciate you for that.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
All right. See you next
time. Love the family. All right.
Bye-bye.
Yes, indeed. That's what it's all about. Just we're giving our opinions and we could wake some people up. Maybe some people want to stay asleep. It's just the way it is. But, having these conversations, like I said, if Demetra didn't talk to me and made me think about a few things, then I wouldn't have opened up a little bit and kind of thought in a different direction. So that's what it's all about, exchanging ideas. You don't have to agree with us all the time. It's just the idea of getting these discussions out and then talking to our people within it, because the revolution will not be televised. It won't be televised.
Absolutely. So anyway, we're going to get out of here. And I would have loved to say hello to everybody that came on here. Y'all know I love to do that individually. Just when we share the link, it's kind of hard to do, but hello and welcome. I do see you, your comments in there. So hello and welcome to everybody, especially if you're new. We love and appreciate you. Donovan and I will be back here on Sunday. Damn, time goes by fast. We'll be back here on Sunday. I don't know what we'll talk about, but I'm sure it'll be interesting nevertheless. But in the meantime, we do have ways to support the channel if you see fit to do that. PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo. Also, if you could please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, with that, we have the African Diaspora News app, africandiasporanews.org. Of course, the more of y'all that are over there, the less time that we have to be over here, because we do not own and control this app at all, whatever one you're watching it from. And that's what I think we need to really get it in our minds, that we cannot keep complaining about things we have no power over if we are not supporting the things that we are building, so that we can have our own say so the way we want to say it, right? So anyway, in the meantime, you guys, please have a great rest of your evening. You guys stay safe out there. Peace.